Hi, I'm Danae Shanti, and welcome to Story Time. In Story Time, we're figuring out how to find the inner hero to help guide us through different situations that we're struggling with. The formula for finding the inner hero is right here. Who are you at the time? What's your predicament? How do you ask for help? The guidance you receive, the choices you make based on the guidance you received, what actions you'll take, and what your results are. So today's story is a little, it's got a lot of different components that don't seem to go together, however they do. So I'm going to tell you the story of what happened years ago when my best friend Ray, who's a man, he died. And so who I was at the time was a friend who just lost her best friend. And I was grieving and also trying to stay lighthearted, sort of lean into the spiritual part of it. He's on the next chapter of his journey, things like that. And I woke up on a Sunday and I was having a really rough morning, missing him and grieving. And the predicament was, how do I go on with the things that give me joy and make me happy and walk with this grief at the same time? And could I hold both at the same time? So I went for help. I went inside and I prayed and I said, please help me hold this grief, and what perceptions can help me to respect Ray and yet be fully awake and alive in my life now and move forward. And what I heard was, go out into nature. Just go out into nature. It always makes you feel better. And I said, okay, I can do that. So I called a friend, her name is Sherry, and I said, hey, let's go up to St. Vrain together because that's what I was told would help me feel better. Now, those of you who are women, if you've got a girlfriend, sometimes you do girlfriendy type things that are might seem, commonplace. And I was quite aware that I was in the need for sexy underwear. I don't know why. I was single. However, I just kept thinking, I don't have any sexy underwear. How am I ever going to draw a man to me if my underwear drawer doesn't speak lover? So I had this mission in my mind that I wanted to have sexy underwear. And I thought, well, maybe we'll stop at the store on our way up to nature. And I heard, no, just go to nature. And Sherry was talking about, she was packing and unpacking, and we were talking about crystals on the drive up. And I had said that I had a very, very special crystal given to me a long, long time ago by a friend, and it helped you dream in a certain way. And so our topic of conversation on the drive up to nature to feel better was sexy underwear and crystals. So we make it to St. Vrain, and I'm following the guidance I was given. I chose to follow that guidance. Okay, I'm just going to go do that. So that was the action I took. We're up there, we're spending the day, we're talking about Ray fondly, we're saying how rainbows are really rainbows, and just kind of, cherishing him together. And while we're talking, she's got this stick and she's fiddling with the mud on the side bank of the creek while we're talking. And finally I say, what is that? And she said, I don't really know. And she moves the mud over, and with the stick, she pulls out this thing, and it's full of mud and leaves are hanging off it. And, we shake it off, and it's this tight little ball of material. And we're like, oh, I wonder what that is. So we rinsed it off in the creek and we flattened it out, and it was a satchel. Like, wow, someone lost their satchel hiking. We're talking little. You'll see the picture in a minute. Little satchel, like maybe that big with a drawstring. So we're feeling it. We're like, wow, I mean, maybe someone has their ID in there and we can call them. And so we unfold the satchel, and we're pulling out this long wad of material. And then there's something else left in the satchel, and we pull that out, and it's hard. And what we have before our very eyes, you see right here, a pair of sexy underwear and a crystal. Like, okay. And we just sort of thought, Ray is up to his antics as usual, and that's kind of how we categorize that. So the result of taking the action to listen to the guidance and go up to St. Verlaine was finding what felt to us like total confirmation that when someone dies, they're actually quite fully alive on the other side and can still reach through to this third dimensional realm and play with us. So that was the act of the inner hero for me, was going from my grief and depression and not knowing how to move on with my day to just taking it with me, going inside and asking for guidance and then following what I was given and taking the feelings with me and going on with my life for the day. So you might not be dealing with the loss of a loved one, but the hero formula applies to everything. No matter what's up in your world, you can apply this formula. So here's the formula. Let's take you through it again. Who are you at the time? What is your predicament? How do you ask for help? What kind of guidance do you receive? What choices do you make around your guidance? What action do you take based on the choices you made? And what kind of results do you get? So I invite you to play with me in investigating the hero's journey for your own self. And all of this has come to me from a team of guidance teachers on the angelic realm, I guess you could say, called the Guides for Embodied Ascension. They've taught me so much over since COVID started in March 2020 that I'm thrilled to pass this formula on to you because it's been helping me a lot. So feel free to email me. Here's my contact information and let me know how your story unfolds. And I'd be excited to hear from you. And may you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I'll see you next Sunday.